Right then, in a quick set of breaking news, Aston Villa confirmed that Carney Chukwuemeka is being released from the club. In a statement that has just broken out from the club, Aston Villa and Chelsea can confirm that the clubs have reached an agreement for the permanent transfer of Carney Chukwuemeka. The 18-year-old has been given permission to travel to London to discuss both personal terms and undergo a medical. Wow, what a set of breaking news. Obviously coming out after a long set of talks that Carney Chukwuemeka would not be signing a contract, approaching those final 12 months and be looking to move him on. And simply put, thank God, this is a video I've wanted to make for a very long time, discussing what the possible options are for Chukwuemeka, but ultimately the decision has been made now. And it's very surprising, considering the clubs that he was linked with. There was obviously the major talks that he was going for, a verbal agreement with AC Milan in the summer. There was talks that Arsenal were interested, Barcelona being the heavy ones, and Borussia Dortmund as well, similar following the likes of Jude Bellingham. But obviously he's now possibly on his way to Chelsea Football Club, which is very interesting there. Obviously the whole issue with Carney Chukwuemeka since for the past 6 to 8 months really has been obviously these contract talks. He's running out next year in 2023. The wonder kid that was, I believe, signed only not last season, but the second year back into the Premier League, so in 2020 to 21. A lot of promise behind him. He's built as this next big thing for Aston Villa when we brought him in. Only made a few appearances towards the end of that year and has obviously been with the club for the whole of this season, made a few appearances here and there, but then the news came out that he didn't want to extend his contract with Aston Villa Football Club due to perhaps a lack of playing time and uncertainty within the team that is constantly evolving, especially with the arrival of Steven Gerrard in late last year. As I said, it's good. It's fine to get it off the books. The talks of what was going to happen after a while. Would he reconsider that contract stay? Would he not? And this, I think, not only, looking on the positive side of things for him, obviously this could be a chance to break through, find, give himself the minutes. But let's be real here. He's going to Chelsea. He's not really going to play any more minutes in that first team. You know what I mean? If he can't get into ours, he's definitely not getting into Chelsea's first team. So he will probably get sent on loan again straight away. But ultimately, he's in his best decision, and it's the best decision for the club going ahead. Why spend that money trying to tie down a kid that, quite frankly, hasn't done it for us every time he's been on the pitch? He hasn't really shown his worth. He hasn't shown any reason why he should be warranting the extra game time. And simply put, if he really does believe his own hype, then best of luck to him at Chelsea. Because ultimately, I don't think he's going to find it there. But obviously, the flip side to this is, the money that could have potentially gone, that was being requested by Chukwuemeka, whether that was his agent or Carney himself, this can now be gone over to the talks for Douglas Luiz, and perhaps now the additional signing of a new midfielder, something that I think Villa really need to look into if they want to strengthen going into the season ahead. Obviously, due to lack of real creativity and not really feeling like we have that real sense of urgency and desire to want to see our midfield link up with our forward play. And this would be a really good opportunity to, as I said, with that extra money now, push it on to Douglas Luiz to help him tie down a new contract for another few more years. Or, as I said, perhaps even cash in on him and buy the midfielder that we perhaps were looking for to help bolster that attack. Who knows? But ultimately, Carney Chukwuemeka is off from the club's books. Ultimately, a failed, hyped up signing from Aston Villa, never lived up to his potential, and it's ultimately simple. It gets it off the books now. We don't have to keep addressing it anymore, and something that's Chelsea's problem now. If this player, as I said, if this is a player that really believes his own hype, he's going to be coming, back down to the ground really quick, especially at Chelsea, where Champions League playing club. Is he really thinking he's going to get the minutes there, or is it just one of those where they capitalise on that youth academy like they always do? Chelsea really strengthen there and perhaps move it on when there is another chance there. So Chelsea have agreed a permanent transfer for Carney Chukwuemeka. Say in the comment down below what you think of the player, what you've made of his time at Aston Villa. But without further ado, I've been Ben of the Villa with the Pride of Villa. Keep tuning in for more breaking news.